Oops. Hey everyone. Hello. Happy Friday. I'm sorry for being late today. It's been a week. It's been a bit of a week. This in the US this week. Um, but yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. And I hope that hopefully the sound issues have been fixed. Um, it looks it looks like it's doing all right with my AirPods, but yeah, hopefully it's not like an angry like intense angry bug sound today. Yeah, that was weird. Although I think I am going to eventually switch to my other mic, so I think I need to figure out my headphone situation for that. But yeah, so I think that, oh yeah, I think I'm not at my optimal condition today, which I feel like I've said at least once or twice in the past half a year. But I am pretty excited about the progress we made on Wednesday. So let's see. Let me switch to my code setup. Oh, I haven't had the chance. I haven't had the chance to um, fix all of the little bugs of my OBS, which I should make note of. And let's see. Oh yeah, the keyboard shortcuts are still not working for me. I'm not quite sure why. So let me jot that down. Yeah. So it's Friday today. I am I don't know how I feel. Um, it is kind of like foggy and misty outside today, which I feel like is like a nice. It's as winter as this is as winter as it gets here in, I guess, the Bay. Um, so I kind of like it. I guess short of snow, I guess a mysterious foggy mist is nice. Um, yeah, I think not sure. Oh, so this weekend, our studio has a crafternoon, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm like trying something new with resin, where I like make these wire flowers. So yeah, I don't know. Will it focus? Oh yeah, I think it's focusing pretty well. So I make these like wire flowers, and oh, it's not focusing very well. Ooh, what's that? Oh, there we go. There's like another one that looks like this. I make these wire flowers, um, and then supposedly, if I dip them in resin, then the there should be enough surface tension so that like it colors in um the petals. I'm wanting to do more with this. Um, so this is about the size at which the surface tension of the resin still works, and this is the sad result when the resin when the wire like when the areas are too big and there isn't enough surface tension. So I really want to get something similar to like this earring I have. So that's what I'm gonna work on in our studio afternoon this weekend. Yeah, other than that, I've been meaning to work on my portfolio website, and I think for I'm grateful for this, but my client projects are starting to pick up again. So probably I don't know how that's going to impact my streaming schedule. Um, we shall see. For now, I'm gonna keep this Wednesday and Friday at 2 p.m. schedule, because I do still want to keep working on these projects that we've been working on. Actually, I think I'm pretty excited about like finishing up the projects that we've been working on this stream. I have, I think, good ideas about the Crazy Rich Asians project that we were doing back in the summer. I want to finish that up in the next few months. It's just all of these projects are taking quite a while because I only really get the chance to work on them on this stream. And like all of the other times, I'm usually like working on client projects or other projects. So that's why it's taking a while. But I think I have a pretty good idea of the direction I want to take that visualization in. And then I actually, yesterday, let me switch to, yeah. So, oh, this is where we left off on Wednesday. And then yesterday, I also went and found a data set of the arrests made in DC that were basically like civic unrest related between May of last year to basically yesterday morning. And I started kind of like doing a first round looking into these data sets. And I think I'll probably do a small project around this one. And like the things that we find from this data set, I think there's like a lot of additional data I need to go get. And a lot of open questions still that I have. But yeah, so this is probably another project that I'll work on either on the stream or like partially on stream and partially off stream. And then for today, I'm gonna aim for getting as much of this done as possible. So actually, I think maybe today, I'm hoping to get all of the coding done, and then I think there's like some amount of, let's see, some amount of this legend that we can do in Illustrator, I think. So, yeah. Yeah, I think there's some amount that we can do in Illustrator. I think we can actually do all of this in Illustrator today. So, or maybe not today, but certainly, if not today, then on next Wednesday. So for today, I'm gonna make pie charts. Yeah. So what I did on Wednesday was I changed the color of each of these, and eventually I'll also, actually, I should go and make a color palette for this. But these are, I changed the colors from it being color by, I think, time of day of occurrence to type of voting problem. And so, but when I did that, I had to split up each of these dots. Each of these dots used to represent one county, but then I had to split up the county I had to further subdivide it by the voting problem. And so today, I want to, ooh, hello, welcome in, Jacob. It's been a while. Thank you for joining and Happy New Year indeed. Oh, you got a new job. Congratulations. That's awesome. 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 Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for updating me and also dropping by. What's your new job? Hmm. Ooh, I'm thinking of actually I was thinking of starting a Discord, and we actually settled on a name um last time. And so I think I might actually start the Discord soon and then maybe like have it be staggered. So like maybe I'll invite my mods first and then figure out like together with the mods code of conduct. So if anybody is for whatever reason interested or okay with modding, I would please let me know. Um, Ooh, oh, you're in Silicon Valley. Um, were you in Silicon Valley before? A UI UX designer. Awesome. Ooh, welcome to Silicon Valley. Did you actually like physically move here? Because like a lot of people are moving out right now. Um, oh, well, awesome. Okay, so this is not a like you're moving in right now. It's you've been here for a while. Oh, awesome. Um, Yeah. Um, I that's the thing that I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I was so hesitant about um making a Discord in the first place because I feel like I already have Slack fatigue, and I'm sure a lot of people have Slack fatigue, and I also didn't want to add like Discord fatigue onto people. Um, so I'd like for the longest time I was like debating like is there even value in having a Discord? Um but what? Wait. Hello, welcome in Gilliam. Wait, in another channel? Wait, what's the another channel? And they've been talking about ice cream for half an hour. Wait, I want to know about this ice cream conversation that like made you not be able to leave. Um yeah, so yeah, I think mainly I would love to have a Discord just so that I can um give better updates. Like if something comes up really last minute, I can uh post in the Discord. If like I just something just comes up and I can't do like a day, or vice versa if I want to have like an impromptu stream because like I want to work on some project, then I think a Discord would be a really great place to kind of like post those kind of updates. I also really love the conversations that happen in the chat, so like I would love to have a place that like is kind of the offline version of that or the off stream version of that. And I also love the like conversations like this past time around there were some conversations about collaboration. So if it's like a place to foster that, I think that'd be really cool too. Um but yeah, I think a place where people can join in if they want is I would love that. Um DTNS Tech News Show. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that also a Twitch channel? Good day, internet. Ooh, wait, this is not the UI I'm used to. Did I do some? How do I look at their chat? They're live right now. Ooh, thank you, Jacob. Ooh. Oh, welcome in, Mex Trucks TM. You're taking visual data analytics. Can I ask where you're taking that? I love that there's so many like courses that are becoming available at universities, and yeah. Well, welcome in. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Um, yeah, I don't know why I was on the mobile version just now. Oh, because that was an m.twitch. Okay, so there we go. Helium, this way we can just rejoin this chat about ice cream. Ooh, blackberry and basil. Oh, I love Earl Grey ice cream. Wait, what do I like? I really like creamy ice creams. So I guess like there's I don't know, I think cookies and cream is really good. Anyways, that I did not need to get. All right. Anyways, oh, although there's been this like new fad trend that's like boba popsicles. So it's like brown sugar pearl latte pops in popsicle form. It's very interesting and also really delicious actually. But also kind of get hard. It was kind of hard to get my hands on. And now, in that it sold out really quickly, and now it's hard to get my hands on because it's not a good idea to really go outside. Um, oh, awesome! The Technical University of Munich. Ooh, that's so cool. Is that like an undergrad or a master's program? Oh, the hosts have been talking about ice cream. I see. Ooh, there's a ice cream biz. Welcome in, Pranav. Ooh, there's a Ben and Jerry's. Oh, I think I might have seen this. This is cool. Also, can we congratulate my new laptop and the fact that it is animating all of these like beautifully? Like it's probably like mostly that this Viz is very performance, but also, ooh, I like this circle pack. Ooh, this is beautiful. This is I think the same person that wrote that blog post, right? Um, and yeah, oh, this is really pretty. But yeah, ooh. Okay, so without knowing any of the context from like a technical perspective, this is very well done. But then you know what? On my new laptop, I might actually not know anymore if something is not performant because I think my new laptop is really beefy on the performance part. But can we congratulate my new laptop on not lagging, not freaking out, and not even heating up while running Chrome and OBS at the same time? Good job, new laptop. Um, also, I think I mentioned this briefly last time, but I think it'd be so cool to do like a show and tell of like if you send over like links and we just talk about it together. I feel like that would be such a fun like little segment to have. Um, Something to balance my client work with. I might actually have a client, and this might be my first client that's where I'm working on their data. So like observable, I've been able to stream because it's like a lot of working on my own self-motivated projects and data sets. But I think this might be the first client that I might have where I can stream their data set and like the product that they're working on. So I'm pretty excited about that if it does work out. And I think I should know in a week or two if I could stream my work with them. So I'm pretty excited to kind of like show you what a client project might look like. And speaking of client projects, I mentioned this like a while ago. I think I mentioned it maybe in, I think I probably mentioned it in September about how I was working on a viz, and it's my very first like static only viz that's like to be printed in a magazine. And it finally published last month. I think I have like a 6 week period where I'm not allowed to post about it, I think. Or like it's like they have exclusivity, but then after 6 weeks I can like post like images of it online, I think. I feel like I can probably show you, even though I think it's almost 6 weeks. So I should probably be able to show you. But the client project I mentioned all the way back in September, I was like really excited about because it's static, and then that's how I got to try out like annotating with Illustrator, was for Scientific American. Yay! So this was their December issue. It was very interesting. Like, oh, this is the one that I was like, oh, I want to work with Scientific American, but and I knew the editor, from like 3 or 4. I've known her for like 3 or 4 years, and we never had the opportunity to work together. And for the longest time, I was like, oh, maybe like she just like maybe I'm just not scientific enough. And maybe that's why she's like never reached out. But it was funny because when I mentioned that to her, she was like, "Oh no, I was trying to find like a project that you might be interested in." And I've been like, so she on her end, she was saying that she's just like she just wasn't sure what kind of projects I'd be interested in, and that's why like she never reached out. Which I guess is kind of like I'm not scientific enough. um, but then finally she was like, you know what? Like, let's just reach out and see if Shirley would be interested in this project. So I got to work on this one. So this is, ooh, it was a very interesting article about how seismic activity. I don't know why I'm trying to like show you this um, in this format because I think I can just send you the URL. But I think it's really cool. This is the first time I've had a visualization of mine published in a magazine, so I'm just like really excited about it. But it's about how seismic activity dropped because of COVID-19, because human like traffic and activity dropped. And so there's like 3 parts. The first being how even in regular times there's like a very clear trend of seismic activity quietening in like the weekends, and then this is like Christmas and New Year's. But then wait, hold on, I'm like trying to like it's like mirrored. So but then this was I think the when COVID hit. So each of these like little lines is a station that records seismic activity, and then how, like on average for all of these stations, seismic activity quietened after like lockdown measures for COVID were put in place. So this is like the first day of lockdown, and then this is kind of looking at how the denser the area around the station, the more impact there was on the seismic activity. So very, very, very fun. It was like a little bit different of a process from my usual because I basically, oh, I can even show you. Let's see, I can even show you my observable notebooks for doing that. Let me catch up on the chat also. Ooh, thank you so much for, oh, yeah, the reverse of, wait, hold on, let me find my Scientific American first. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, my laptop is now the opposite of the sad laptop. I'm gonna draw. Ooh, I need to draw the. I'm gonna draw a car. Zoom, zoom, vroom, vroom, car. That sounded so stupid. um, car emote. Zoom, zoom, vroom, vroom. Oh, that's right. The pudding cup came out today. I should take a look. Yeah, that does. It was very smooth. This was very smooth. Um, Also, I really love these gradients. It's so pretty. Yeah, man, that is so smooth. Ooh, yeah. Um, Non-streaming chat platform would be great. Um, Computer science master's program at this Mextrox says this is the Technical University of Munich. Lucky to choose it because we can mostly pick our subjects ourselves. That's great. Um, yeah, I think the M1 thus far has been quite good to me. Um, and I think that the ultimate test will be if I can bring on a guest and have us be sharing both of our screens at the same time. So then it's basically, can I run Chrome, Zoom, or some other VC software and OBS at the same time? That will be the true test of this M1 chip. Maybe it's time that your 2013 MVP gets upgraded too. Oh, thank you so much, Jacob. Yeah, I was really excited about the Scientific American article. I was like, oh, I feel so honored and chosen. I think there's also something so exciting about like seeing your work printed. I don't know. And also it's like so different seeing it printed. Oh, that's what I was gonna show. So this is like the data exploration and then like trying different I think this is like station data and then colored by population density. And then I think this is where I was like, oh, yeah, this is where I like started doing normalizing by lockdown date. And then when I put in the kind of like the median and standard deviation or the interquartile range, that's when I was like, oh, that's a pretty clear dip. And then so these are actually the data analysis part is actually pretty similar to my usual, but then the rough sketch part was like I think because their process at Scientific American is like is a different process than what I usually work with. Because I think it's like a static, more like a graphics kind of approach, graphic like illustration sort of approach. So then like there was a rough sketch phase where I presented my ideas to them, and then and I guess I also tried some. Oh, I tried to look at like with or without seasonality. Oh, and then this is where in one of my pitches I gave them the moving average instead, so it's like smoothed out. Um, I sent them the tight sketch. So actually, this is what it looked like. Hold on, I think. Yeah. So this is what the coding part looked like, and then the it's always so interesting to me. Oh, and I tried. Oh, that's right. I like colored. I tried two different ways of coloring. So like one of them was by the X scale, and the X scale was the day day the number of days before or after the lockdown, and then also by the amplitude, the like amplitude of the seismic activity, and then ultimately I think we went with this second option. Very interesting also like how much more vibrant, like this is the first time I really had to think about like CMYK and how the colors would be printed, and then how vibrant it looks on screen versus like it does look a little bit duller when it becomes CMYK. So that's something else that I learned. But yeah, this is how far I took um the coding, and then all of the annotations on top. I took it into Illustrator and then finished it up. So yeah, that is my. I don't know how I got onto this tangent about Scientific American. But that was that's the client project. Ooh, thank you, Pranav, and thank you, Next Trucks and Gilliam. Um, oh man, Gilliam, you're great at like just finding the links. Wait, sorry, who is Randall? Oh, welcome in, Helen Earless. Thank you so much. Um, yeah, I had a lot of fun picking the colors for this, and actually, I think, ooh, this is all of the different color palettes that I went through for Scientific American, all of the like little adjustments I made. I think this is the one I ended up using, the very bottom one. Um, this one was a fun one. This color set, but it made the center look too yellow. It made the like the yellow part just wasn't distinguishing enough. Um, I went through the most set of colors for this project. Anyways. I'm glad that I could offer a semi-interesting tangent. Got it. Oh, okay. When you say Randall, is that like a like is there an expectation that like Randall is the Randall from XKCD? I'll have to be honest, I didn't actually know his name. Um, mm. This is fun. Okay, back to the topic at hand. Wow, okay, so every single time before I stream, I'm like, no, today is the day where I don't get distracted so much and I don't go on the tangent and I'm gonna finish everything that I set out to do. And every single time is not true. So let's have at least 45 minutes of dedicated coding. uh, that is a hope. Okay, let's do this. So I'm gonna make this into pie charts. Again, I can't believe I'm saying this. Okay, so how do I make them into pie charts? Okay, shape. So regarding pie charts, I feel like I really appreciated yeah, this article by Lisa Charlotte Ross that talked about like when it's not appropriate to use pie charts, but when it is good to use pie charts. So I really appreciated this article. And I think for our case, because I think one of the things it says is like better when it's only like 3 or 4 slices as opposed to too many slices. Yeah, have fewer values. And then because what I'm trying to show is only 4 types of voting problems, and not every single county has every single one of those voting problems either. And that's why I think it might be good to use a pie chart so that we can see for each county like what kind of voting problems each of them has. And hopefully we can see it at a glance. And so this is one of the times that I feel like a pie chart would actually be a pretty good, that this would be a pretty good use case for a pie chart. So let me actually, yeah, so it's gonna be mini pie chart dots. I'll make each of the dots bigger actually. All right, so, okay, let's see. Where do I have this? Okay, there we go. Radius scale. I think let's make you bigger. And then I'm gonna do. Okay, so let's think about the steps that we need to take. So first of all, let's for the data, let's group it by just the FIPS again. But we should remember that. Let's also remember the types. So what we should do for the types is remember all voting types. And I think for pie charts, there is, I think pies, it will, perfect. So what we want to do is give it some data, and it will give us some data with the values, and then it will give us the start angle and angle. Yeah, perfect. Yes, this is what I would like. So I just need to go and get all of the voting types. Yeah, okay. And okay, so then I do map the issues and get their type. And then yes, this will be grouped by FIPS. What happened? Is not defined. Ah, I see. All right, so now there's too much code. Okay. Okay, perfect. And you know what? I think for the types, I'm going to make them all lowercase, just in case there's any sort of like capitalization differences. So let's see. Where data type dot to lowercase. Though I think Gilliam and a few others went in to make sure that they were all unique, but just in case. And then here when I'm translating to the rendering data, okay, so for each dot, I want to calculate the pies. So let's see. for each dot, I'm looking at if there's a previous dot, if it is one of the swing states, label. What is the metadata for? This is for when metadata for hovering, number of precincts. Yeah, okay, so this is all metadata for hovering. And then I do want let's see, cost wise. Oh yeah. So the colored legend should be the same across all of the charts. Oh yeah. So this one, hello near this, says adding data from June 2nd would be interesting. So this is June 1st, this big spike with 326. Sorry, context. I found a data set of arrests made in DC for related to civic unrest. And so it's trying to compare, I was trying to compare police response on the 6th versus on June 1st of last year. I think one of the questions, I think this is a great conversation to have about this particular data set of what would be like an apples to apples comparison, because what happened this week, it seems like, and it might just be that I'm not keeping up to the news enough, but it seems like it was a 1-day event. And then for the George Floyd protests, it's like still ongoing. It's 7 months long. So then what would be an apples to apples comparison? And so I was trying to take June 1st versus January 6th and compare just like 1 day to each other. As you can see, like this is June 1st, but technically speaking, the protest started on May 29th. And then so for some reason, the 29th, the data from the 29th is missing. But the 30th and then the 31st number of records were smaller, and then it really spiked on the 1st, and then with the 2nd, it dropped again. I don't know which dates to take for the George Floyd protests. And then this is the 6th, which is a lot smaller. But like this is it happened on 1 day, and then this is it built up over a few days and then spiked on like the 4th day. And so I was taking 1 day to compare to another day, but then I don't know if that's actually the best comparison. Yep, sorry, tangent alert. Hi dear Moore, welcome in. Happy Friday. Oh, are the arrests starting? That makes sense. So actually another thing about this data set that I think it does well is that it actually has the date of the offense and the date of the arrest. So all of these, I'm using the date of offense and not date of arrest. So I think, although I think there is something interesting to be said about people that are arrested day of versus later. I think there's like a very interesting one that's like of the lag between offense and arrest. So actually that's something interesting to put in. But I don't know if the DC police is going to keep updating this data set either. Yeah, Yeah, this is a whole other conversation we can have sometime on this stream. Um, mhm. I totally agree that this was unplanned, and I think somebody on Twitter um, had a good point about how, and yeah, I agree because the number of people that were actually from DC is like tiny compared to the people that were from other states, and I also have a to do about categorize it by like states that were closer or further away from DC. Because I saw some from this past week that were like from Arizona. So that is definitely 100% premeditated. So, uh, yeah. Though I think the more arrests happening is like the question I think is like, why is it happening? Why didn't it happen during, and why is it happening so much later? And this isn't at its core an accusation. This is more like a um I'm not educated enough to know why that's true. Um Hi Nalaj, welcome in. Yes, it is. Yes, it is um for yeah, what happened in the Capitol this week. Um yeah, I will have like a whole series probably on this also. Yeah, I'm so curious as to why these arrests are so delayed versus compared to Black Lives Matter. Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, so this is I put this together like last night. Um it was like just the initial look into the data set. And I think there's like we can layer other data sets onto it. I think I was thinking about I want to know the size of the crowds. Um I think I had some other notes about like uh, layering on information about um yeah, like actually I can't quite remember all of the things I had planned, but I think it'd be helpful to layer more information on top. Oh, I was at least gonna um layer on reports of police violence for both days. So at least that. But there's more things that I think would be interesting to layer on. We'll have a whole separate set of streams for this particular data set, but today I just want to finish this thing that I've been working on for like 2 months. um, yeah, I also that's also another thing that I want to know. So I have like what were the size of the crowds on each of the days, like how much and then yeah, I think that's a good point. How many police officers were on site on for both incidents? Sorry. Yeah, great tangent though, because I did want to talk about it. Because I think I just don't know enough to be able to do a good job exploring this data. So then I wanted to like have a conversation about it. Um, yeah, okay, so let's figure out the pies. Here is, yeah, I think it should be pretty straightforward. So I want to get the D3 pi and then put in the types data. Let me console log this to make sure I'm doing this correctly. So that is not correct. Mm. So it is, does it expect that the value, oh, it's the numeric value. Okay. Why do I need a numeric value? Do I just need to say that it's like one occurrence? Value accessor, okay. When a pi is generated, the value accessor will be invoked. Yes. Assumes that the input data are numbers or that they are coercible. Okay. If your data are not simply numbers, then you should specify an accessor that returns a corresponding numeric value for a given datum. So I'm wondering if the numeric value is whether it's their identifier or I think it's their identifier, right? Or is it like the number? Yeah, I feel like it should be their identifier. Is that the input data remains associated with the, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So I think I understand. Okay, I think I understand. So I'm gonna go back to where I was generating the data, and actually instead of just getting the types, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make a new object of both the type and then it's that I need to give a unique ID. It does seem like I need to give a unique ID for the type. So somewhere I need to actually make a lookup for all of the types. So I'm gonna go down here, and I think this is probably good practice because then I can make sure that we only have the 4 types as we expect. So let's see, let's go and get every single type. Yeah, cool. Let's go get every single type and let's unique them. Make sure, oh, there's 5. Because there's a miscellaneous. Okay. So, do I care about the miscellaneous? We'll see. And then let's turn them into an object. Array, and then do I do from pairs? Is that what it is? Maybe it'd be easier if I just did a reduce. So I basically want to have the key be the type and then the value be its ID. Oh wait, no. I can just use their index. Silly me. So come back up to here and say that the ID is, say the type ID is index of type IDs and the type. And then hopefully that works. perfect, but why? Oh, yes, that is perfect. And then, so in the pies, I'm gonna make a pie up here. Pie generator is equal to pie, and then to get the value, and do dot value, yeah. And then I get the ID, so then here I say pie generator. Now the value is to, oh, because type ID? I want the type ID, yeah. And then now that should work. Perfect. When there's only one of them, okay, so interesting. I see. Okay, so yeah, so now we have okay, right. London, with the London riots, people could be arrested on site, but the cases couldn't be made in our 24-hour limit that the accused did any crime, mainly because they were in black box and it was hard to isolate any singular individual. The delay was in making the cases went to manually tracking every single person across hundreds of thousands of public and private CCTV. Oh, wow. Oh, interesting. I'm trying to be focused. Do I need a new column with short labels? I'm guessing that was in response to the typing or the type. So I think that is good. So basically, why is there 6 of these? Voter intimidation, technical issues. Is that? Why is that a different index? Why is there both 2 and 3 in here? Oh, weird. Why is the technical issues not bundled together? That is very odd. Did I not understand this correctly? Oh, wait. Did I not do this correctly? Type ID is the index of the type. Now let's try to look at this again. It seems like these type IDs they look correct, so does look correct. So what is happening? So the type IDs here look correct. So why isn't it working out when I'm calling the pi? Pi generator value is alright, let's see this. Actually, let me do this. If d.types is longer than .length is longer than 5, then give me a debugger. Okay. Types is 9. So then, yeah, these type IDs look correct. But then, when I do the pi generator, let's actually look at what the pi generator, yeah, that also looks. Oh! Wait. Oh! Now I'm understanding the value. So it is the kind of the total number of something. What? Ah, okay. So it doesn't aggregate for me. I have to aggregate it. Okay. Yeah, so data is the input datum. And so basically it's like the raw data that you can access. Like even after you've calculated the pi, basically for a pi, you want the start angle and the end angle for each pi slice. And so the data is just basically the input data. And the value is basically, I remember how pie charts work now, or like how D3 pi works now. So basically you give it an array, but then every single array is one individual slice, and you tell it how big the slice should be, and that's the value. So actually what I need to do is I need to aggregate the types together. So I thought it would aggregate for me if I just gave it an ID, but that's not what I need to do. It doesn't care about having an ID. It cares about like how big the slice should be. So it's actually easier than what I thought it would be. So let's do that together. So I don't actually need the type IDs, but I'll leave it here because actually it's good to have, because then I know that we don't have any data cleanliness issues. So let me go back up here again. And so for the types, you know what? I'm going to do it up here so that I can make some notes. Aggregate all types for the all voting problem types for the county so that it can be made into a pie chart. Is this pie chart worth it? Maybe not. Okay, so let's do this. You know, I feel like all coding is like just trial and error. All right. I have been watching some of Mayuko, Hello Mayuko's videos, and I think she recently had a video that was like why I don't like coding or something like that. And I haven't had a chance to like watch it in its entirety. I think I just like started watching the first few minutes and then I had to go do something else. But sometimes I really feel her. And I also there was another one where she was talking about like why sometimes she doesn't like iOS coding, and I feel like that was really insightful because when I was starting my software engineering, um, when I was like software engineering career, I was actually trying to decide if I wanted to do web dev or iOS. Because I think this was like in 2012, so iOS was like super hot. Mobile dev was like extremely hot. And ultimately, like I decided on web dev only because I think I found the iOS dev experience extremely frustrating, like how long I had to wait to compile. I think that's what she said too. So I ended up doing web dev. But then watching her video, I liked how like upfront and honest she was about it. And yeah, so basically I'm saying I agree. And sometimes I think like majority of the time I love coding. Um and I love being able to like code and make something, but sometimes, man, I feel her. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to code. Anyways, uh mm, oh, thank you. Yeah. But this is also like debugging like for D3 I've like literally used it for like 8 years. So then um I think that's yeah. I think I've gotten used to like debugging D3, but yeah, build times for the web are great. These days, web dev plus PWA. PWA is, oh no, I used to know this before the new year. Progressive web app. Okay, I'm like having memory issues. Um, Progressive web app is equal to iOS, Linux, Windows production. Thanks, Gilliam. um, oh man. Oh, suddenly I feel kind of tired. All right, so let's aggregate the types. So actually, get the issues, get the types out of them, and then actually I can just do count by of the types, and then I just want to get, let's see, map, and then I want to get the, let's call this value, and let's call this count, and let's call this type, and then I want to give back an object with the type and the count. And then that should hopefully work. I wonder how I should be organizing my notebook so that like it's not so hard to like lose awesome. Okay, I think this is what I'm looking for. So let's see. Yeah, I think this is working. All right, let me find a bigger thing. I can't seem to find. Okay, this issue. there's some bigger issues. Right? Ooh, there's 29 issues for this one. Perfect. Types is array 2. 28 long lines, 1 tech issue. Okay. I think the majority of this is actually long lines. Okay, so that looks right. And so in the rendering, let's go and get the count, and then we should, and then it should work. And then, perfect. Perfect. Awesome. All right. And then what we want is the color for each of them. Yes, I believe this looks correct. And actually, I also want to sort by sort values. Let's do that later. I think this already sorts for me, actually. Yeah, I think this already sorts for me. All right, I think that is what we want. Okay, calculate start and angle for each voting problem type, and then add in their colors. Okay, so we can here do map, and then do object assign D, and then color. Let's figure out the color is pass it into the color scale, and here I want to do d.data.type. Yeah, perfect. So then instead of, so right now I have ID the group. So it's the state. Oh, I feel like this is something that I don't need anymore. The group is not something I need anymore. Yeah, okay, that's from an earlier attempt. Okay, so let's clean that out. I don't need this. I do want the focus X still, Y, R. Pattern I'll keep for now. Color I do not need. And so let's put in pies here. Let's see if we've done this correctly. So for rendering, let's have dots, and each dot has pies. And in each of the pies, we have a color, a start angle, and an end angle. Perfect. So then let's go up to here. Ooh. Excuse me. And let's actually render each of these dots. So where do we have the dot rendering? Draw charts, dots. Perfect. Okay, so, oh man, reading your own old code. Ooh, hello, Omniscient. Welcome in. Thank you. The color scheme. I wonder if you mean the color scheme of this stream or the visualization. I like this conversation about the web. The web app can be installed like an app. Web is getting better at many things. worked yet, Gilliam. It just hasn't broken yet. So, it's not supposed to be black and yellow. Haha. Actually, this is kind of cute. Looks a little bit like weird little bees. No, it hasn't worked yet. So, let's see. Okay, let's go to the dots. Let's remember what we did. We have a group for each dot. Why are we doing this? All right, so for each, because we have to have a circle with the background dot, and then we also have to have okay, so we're calling style the circle. So we created one circle for the background color and one circle for the dot pattern. But actually, what we actually need to do now is we need to create a bunch of paths for each slice of the pie. Yeah, and then the rest of this is mouse enter, mouse leave. So what we're going to do now is we're going to append a group. Okay, this is going to get a little bit more complicated. No, I'm going to cry. All right, so, all right, we have dots. For each dot, I am 100% regretting this decision to make them into pie charts, especially because I don't even know how good it would look like. So, okay, because I don't know how good it will look like, let's not make this good code yet. Let's just do the easiest, hackiest thing first. So let's not even worry about how it has to animate and update and exit later. Let's just worry about creating the pie chart for now. I'm gonna cry. All right, so for the background, okay, so the reason why we still need to have a group for the background circle pie chart is because on mouse enter, on click, this is why sometimes I'm like, I wish I was working in, I wish I was doing like view. Oh, actually, recently I've been thinking that I should look into Svelte. But yeah, I'm just like, I wish I was doing this with Vue, because I feel like some parts of the interaction, when it's just pure D3, I feel like it gets a little bit clunky. Okay. I think this will work. Wait, okay, so why am I get all dots and filter all dots that don't have the same fiscal set to lower the opacity? But why am I setting the fill back to, oh, okay, so I'm changing the fill to a gray. Cool. All right, let's not worry about that for now. That's definitely gonna break. Oh, actually, no, it might not break. All right, let's try this. All right, we can do this. All right. So, why? And then create paths for each slice in the pie. I don't know if anyone can tell how much I'm crying right now. I'm like, this shouldn't be so hard. Okay. All right. I think I'm also feeling frustrated by like how slow the progress of this particular visualization is taking, but I need to remind myself that I literally do not work on this visualization outside of this stream. So actually I'm probably progressing at a normal speed, like my own normal speed, and it just feels like it's so long because I only work on it for like an hour at a time. That's what I need to keep telling myself. So, okay, for each slice in the pie. All right. So, ooh, I feel like it's been a while since I've done this too. So, let's call this a pie. And then, brain hurts. Oh, no. Okay, I got this. All right. So, now, I need to then select all the paths that don't yet exist within this group, set the data to be within each dot. I have pie slices, so d.pies. Yeah, okay. And then I have and then I should just be able to do dot join for now. Do a dot join for now. Later on, when I need to worry about updating, the dot join might no longer work, but for now, I'm just trying to create the pie slices to make sure that they still look okay. All right. So then let's get, yes. All right, so this, grab that pie, select or grab that group, and then select all the paths within it. Oh, I need to make, okay, I need to go and calculate the SVG path string. So I have the start and end angle. Now I have to put it into D3 shape arcs. D3 arcs. And then I need to just put it into this arcs generator. Yeah. Oh, okay. So here's what I need to do to create the SVG path for one of the pie slices. Okay, so I need to tell it where are you? Okay, so now I also need to create a arc generator, yes. And within here, where I am I'm gonna call this slices, and what I'm gonna do is and then, okay, calculate start and end angle, pass it into arcgen for SVG path string, and then add in their colors. Yes, we got this. All right. We got this. All right, we got this. Okay, so now we're gonna wait. All right, let's let's first get the SVG path string. Oh no, this hurts my brain. Okay. Okay. So path is the data, and actually the data needs to also have the outer radius is the R that we calculated up here. And then the color, okay. Color is this. And then let's also get the data out of there. Yeah, did that work? Let's see. All right, that looks, oh wait, hold on. I think for this one, okay, wait, hold on. For the ones where, well, let's try this first. Okay, so it seems like that in general worked. So now we have the SVG path string, and so up here, when I select all the paths, I have the path string. So d.path, and the fill is d.color. I don't know if that would be correct. That does not look correct. Trailing garbage. 9. It looked right. Oh no. I think I might have done something wrong in my code because I think it's like slowing down this notebook. All right, let's refresh this. Oh, interesting. Firefox published a tweet today saying their browser can now show the number of console errors in more places. Does it mean console errors in more places? Oh, there's an example at the end that won't work. Hello, unnamed troll. Hello. Oh, wow, that is some bright ass lights going on. All right, I think I should help. Oh, because it's almost 4. Yeah. Maybe this is the effect I want from my lights. Oh. Oops. Oh, is this an iframe thing? Ah, dang it. So many things broken from my old work. Ooh. Unintentional dataviz mishaps. Really? The HTTPS thing? Okay, what have I done wrong? Why aren't you working? Alright, let's figure this out. Alright, let's put a debugger here. Oh wow, okay, so it is having a nan at the end. Why do you have a nan? Arc. Alright. Have start angle, end angle. Oh wait, but hold on. It's pies. Ooh, maybe I should make one of these pies with like, maybe these pies should have rounded corners. It's so extra and unnecessary for this particular project. It'd be so silly for me to put like rounded corners in those tiny little pies. I'm just like, why am I even putting a pie chart in there? Why am I going through so much effort for this pie chart? All right. I have lost my thought process. Okay, now I feel like this looks good. So why do you need where? Okay, there are some that are working and some where I'm getting a nan. Wait, hold on. There is R. Yeah, okay. This is so hard to read. Okay, so this is basically a 0. Alright, who is getting nans? Alright, just to be explicit, I'm going to put our inner radius as 0. Trailing garbage 0 and nan. Alright, where is that happening? Line attribute y2. What did I take out that is making this happen? Ah, I think it's because I took out this R. Alright, so let's add this R back in. Because I think I used the R in other places. I think that might be why. Yeah, I use the R in all of these other places. So of course that would make things not work. Does it work now? Kind of works now. Okay. At least we're getting progress. So let's see. For each dot, we have one circle class dot pattern. Yeah. You're supposed to be a group. Okay, the group is not being created. Is that what's happening? the group not being created? Okay, let's look up the pies. Let's look up the SVG strings. Strings look right. So why aren't you being created? Am I deeply regretting this decision? Yes, I am. All right, let's look at in here. Does it get created? So it does get created. So this is correct. So this part is correct. So it must be in my styling that I'm fucking it up. Yeah, so this is as expected. Okay. Let's see what I'm doing wrong. Select .bg. Okay, so we don't need this. And then for each of these, grab a path. I don't know why this wouldn't be correct. Okay, so something is removing the paths I created. Let's see. All right. So by the time we get here, All right, so by the time we get here, those paths are already deleted. All right, let's try this again. Let's try putting a debugger here. So here for sure, we have the paths in question being created. And then we have here another circle being created. Yeah, so in here, all right, let's not do a join. Let's just do an enter.append here. So in here, the paths are being created fine, but when we get out of it, for some reason, it no longer exists. now it is existing. What the fuck? Whoa! Wow. That worked, and I'm not sure if it was worth it. So I think what I just learned is to not put dot join within a dot join. Is that what I just learned? Wait, where am I? Why is it happening? What? Whoa. Wait. That is so weird. So at one point, this was working. My brain is hurting. Yeah, so, the problem just now is that there's some bug where there's two layers of circles. There's one layer that's kind of the colors, and then there's another layer on top that's the pattern. And right now, for whatever reason, the bottom circle with the pie, that's all the pie slices, it gets created, and then somewhere along the way, it actually gets and then it gets removed. I'm not sure why only that one is happening. Okay, and just now it worked. That is not very appealing looking. Wow. I am pretty excited. Actually, I think I'm actually pretty happy with the pie charts. Unexpectedly. I think as long as we have the correct legend about what each color is, and then have better colors, and have like the hovers working accordingly, I think I feel like this is going to be very controversial using pie charts in this way. But actually, no, I've seen examples like this before. I think once we get colors that aren't so eye bleeding, I think it will look much better. But for some reason, it only seems to work if I have a debugger here. And it seems to not work if I don't have that debugger. So that does not work. Oh, okay, now it's working. What? All right, I'm not gonna complain. So there is a very ugly, this is so ugly, and questionably useful set of pie charts. Okay, I think it's just that I have to rerun this cell. Okay. Very questionably useful. As in, is it actually useful? Not sure. Kind of looks like some sort of like Christmas presents or something. Very questionable. Yeah. All right, I've decided this is extremely questionable. At the very least, I shouldn't have the pattern on top because I think the pattern makes it hard to see the slices. So I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to show swing states, if at all. So let's try to remove that and see what happens. I feel like I'm not mad, but I'm not very happy about it. Which is an interesting feeling. Um, uh, um, yeah, which I think right now most things are green or red. I wish there was some way to like vertically sort them or yeah. I wish there was a way to like vertically sort. I mean, there is a way, but then is it like a I think it is useful. It just isn't at once the most useful. I feel like I've been struggling with this particular one for so long. Um, yeah, it's a post-Christmas tree deconstruction. Oh yeah, I think so. So definitely there's a toggle to show only the swing states. I was just hoping to like show more clearly at a glance. Um, the swing states. But I think then I'm just getting really greedy of trying to like show too much information. I feel like there's so many things I could be doing better with this one. But I guess there's also, done is better than perfect. So it could just be one of the ones I'm just not 100% happy with. Now I'm just trying to decide, is it worth vertically sorting them by their color? All right. I'd love to hear what you think about vertically sorting them. So then, like, maybe the color with the most, like, the most frequent color is at the bottom, and then the least frequent color is at the top. Maybe something like that. All right. Man, I worked so hard on that pattern. I worked so hard on that pattern. I need to get better at making things more reusable, so that I'm like not writing it from semi-scratch every single time. Okay. Oh yeah, so I'm planning to have a bunch of different toggles and checkboxes up here so that you can like filter by swing states, you can filter by voting types, you can highlight states if you want to. So I'm gonna have like a bunch of options up here. Yeah. Okay. I think, yeah. All right. Oh, there it is today. Yep. Um, there is no y-axis. There's no. It's a B-swarm plot. So then, basically, the taller is, I get it. It means the more things were at that x. Am I in general feeling very dissatisfied with this piece? Yes, very. And so that's why every single time I'm like, I'm almost done with this. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put this to rest. And then hopefully the next time I come back, I just like finish putting in all of those different toggles, come up with a better color scheme. Then all right. Oh, and then I need to fix hover. Yeah. Every change just leads to more changes. Oh yeah. So I definitely am not gonna keep it at this color. This is just the I was just using the D3 like categorical colors for now. just to see if it's like even worth doing this. And then next time I'll actually figure out a color palette for this. Because yeah, oh god, I am not gonna keep these colors. No matter, oh, you know what? I should take a screenshot of the colors. um, yeah, these colors are great, but they gotta go. Each ball is a county, so yeah, that's why you can also. I want to also be able to filter by state. I think that would be all the options. All right. Thank you so much for sticking around this Friday and watching this very like painful. Was it actually necessary? Questionable. Painful and questionable transition into pie charts is maybe what I'll title this episode. But thank you so much for sticking around for this transition, and I will. So the states being one color with counties being shaded. So the thing is that right now it's being colored by the voting problem type. And so I wouldn't want to change the color to be states. So, and I wouldn't want to like encode anything else to colors. So I think it's a balance of figuring out what information is important for the visual to see at a glance and what is good to have for like filters so that you can like see it after you interact some. Because definitely I think the states are also really interesting. If this was actually a full interactive, I probably would actually have like if this is a full interactive where it's like a scrolly telling or something, I would have actually probably implemented one of those like an option where you can like see it grouped by state. I am not happy that I just had that thought. That is not a good thought to have. All right, I'm gonna stop here, especially because everybody in Europe needs to go to sleep. Um, oh, hello, Michael. Oh yeah. So review of today. Ooh, I like this. I like this. I like this habit. That Lonier this is asking for. Also, good point, Gilliam, about how it's always necessary to try things, even if it leads to ugly things, because that is how we make progress and end with hopefully good stuff. So, review of today is basically we built upon Wednesday where we colored by the voting type and we instead of having the dots represent a different voting type so instead of a dot being a county and problem type, like combination of county and problem type, today we aggregated them back so that each dot is a county, and then it's a pie chart that shows the proportion of different voting problems for that county. So presumably, for example, this green one is probably long lines, and so a county that was mostly affected by long lines, and then this red is probably like tech issues. So a lot of the counties are affected by tech issues and long lines. And I wonder what this orange one is. So that's how. Oh, and actually, the orange ones might actually be uh, actual voting intimidation. So once I think I have the legend in, I think then it will be a lot easier to see. So yeah. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope. Ooh, green is long lines. Okay. Um, I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you next Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye.